Bonjour à tous. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Madame Hugo, your unconventional online French tutor. Join me today as we continue on the topic of verb conjugation. Today, we are going to be looking at our second group verbs. Please, if this is your first time of coming across this video, I want you to also refer to the last video, as that is also going to help you to grasp what we are going to be talking about today. And kindly also help us by liking, commenting, and sharing our page with your friends so that they can also join you in learning French. All right, like I mentioned in the previous lesson about the classes of verbs that we have the second group verb, the first group verb, the second group verb, the third group verb, and our irregular verbs. So today we are going to be looking at the conjugation of our second group verbs. In the last lesson, we looked at the conjugation of our first group verbs, and I talked about what we call les terminations, which is what the suffix of your verbs will become after the verb conjugation. And just to add and reiterate, verb conjugation means the transformation of your verb from one grammatical tense to the other based on the pronouns you are using in making your grammatical constructions. For example, if I want to say in English, I eat, present tense. I want to say he eats. It's still the same present tense, but using the subject pronoun he. And if I want to say you eat, I will say you eat. So you can see the way we move from I eat, you eat, he eats, we eat, they eat. That is your verb conjugation in the present tense. And you can also even take it further to the future tense or even to the past tense. So that's what verb conjugation is all about. Now, having settled that, let's look at our second group verbs. Like I said in the previous video, second group verbs in French you would see that they usually have this ending, IR. In fact, all verbs of the second group have IR as their ending. All groups of the second group have this ending. However, we need to be very careful. It is not all verbs that have IR as second group verbs. Okay? There are some verbs, even though they have IR, but they are not second group verbs. So we need to be very careful. Okay, but in all second group verbs in French have IR as their ending. And here are examples of second group verbs. So we have the verb finir. Finir means to finish. Okay, and we have the verb punir. Punir means to punish. And so on and so forth. Talking about terminations of the second group verbs. So for the second group verbs, the terminations for second group verbs are different from the terminations of first group verbs. So here are the terminations of second group verbs, meaning how the last spelling letter will appear after you conjugate them. So for the je, the verb that you're conjugating in the first person subject pronoun is going to be is. In the tu, it's also going to be is. In the il, L, or on is going to be it. In the nous, is going to be ISSONS. In the vous, is going to be ISSEZ. And in the plural, the il, L, which is the day, is going to be I-S-S-E-N-T. These are the terminations for second group verb conjugation in French. However, for those who joined us from day one, I had made mention that I have a mathematics background, and a lot of times I apply my mathematical background in French. So given that the terminations of second group verbs are IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, and ISSENT. I use a mathematical formula to help me to remember this. As a matter of fact, the way I'm teaching this, it is actually the mathematical formula that is going to help me. So if you're also someone who is mathematically inclined like myself, you can borrow this trick if that works for you. So since we have two IS here, of which this one is for the je and this one is for the tu. So this is what I would do. I will say IS raised to power 2, and I will leave IT independent, which represents the one for the il, L, and on. Then I quickly move to these three. So you would see that by looking at these three, we have some common letters amongst them, which would be ISS. So I group them together. You bring the common terms together. You have ISS, you open a bracket, you have your ONS plus EZ plus ENT. When you multiply this out, it will give you exactly this. Who says mathematics cannot be applied to French? Anyways, so let's begin to apply this by using these terminations to conjugate our second group verb. And I am going to take an example of the verb to finish, which is finir. Please, you can take your screenshot before the board is wiped. All right, so let's look at this. To finish. So if I want to say, I finish, I am going to pretend as though I am discarding this end in this IR. So, and I will have this as the stem. I will then refer to the termination and select each of the appropriate terminations and put them there. So for the je, I put IS, je finis. So this is your verb conjugation for the second group verb to finish, which is finir in French. So if you want to say, I finish, or I am finishing, je finis, I finish. And the two, this is the stem, and this is the termination, you add it. This is, you finish. It is also the same thing as you are finishing. Then he finishes, or it finishes, or she finishes, or one finishes, and so on and so forth. This is your stem, and the termination is it. Il finit. This becomes he finishes. And the next one is the nous, we. This is your stem. Then the termination for nous is ISSONS. ISSONS. So this is we finish. It also means we are finishing. And the vous for formal form of you. So the termination ISSEZ. Vous finissez. You finish. And the last but not the least, the they, the plural. So they finish. The termination for that is ISSENT. This becomes they finish, or they are finishing. So I finish, je finis. You finish, tu finis. He finishes, il finit. We finish, nous finissons. You finish, vous finissez. They finish, ils finissent. So I want to say, I am finishing the task today, or I finished the task today. I will say, je finis la tâche aujourd'hui. I hope you have been able to learn how to conjugate your second group verbs in French. Let me know in the comment section the kind of sentences in the present tense you're going to use the verb finir to make in the comment section. Put it on there. And this will be the end of our lesson for today. I wouldn't want this tutorial to be very long. And in our next class, we are also going to be looking at the conjugation of our verbs in the third group verbs. Please share the video lessons with your friends and also learn along with them. Till I catch you again in my next video lesson. Bye for now.